The Grand Meridian Hotel's lobby was a glossy bubble of wealth: polished marble, velvet ropes, and a chandelier that probably cost more than my first startup. At 40, I, Ethan Caldwell, had seen plenty of places like it, but nothing prepared me for the gut punch of Grace's text. They kicked me out, said I didn't belong. I'm mortified. My wife, Grace, the woman who made my world make sense, had been humiliated at this Manhattan shrine to money, all because she didn't look like their version of rich. When I learned her old college nemesis, Lauren Baxter, orchestrated the whole thing, my anger turned to ice. Lauren, now the hotel's deputy COO, had picked the wrong fight. I wasn't just a billionaire. I was Grace's husband, and I was about to rewrite their story. Grace and I met 12 years ago at a Brooklyn community center. I was a scrappy Nexus Tech founder, fueled by Red Bull and dreams. She was 26, in faded jeans and a ponytail, teaching kids to read with a warmth that hit me like sunlight. Her thrift store vibe never changed, even after Nexus Tech sold for $3 billion. Grace still wore H&M, drove a rattling Corolla, and ran a nonprofit for underserved kids. She'd grown up scraping by, raising her brother after their mom died. Her heart, bigger than her bank account. To me, she was a miracle. To the Meridian staff, and Lauren, she was a nobody. Grace had come to New York for an education conference, a rare trip away from her kids. I'd booked the Meridian's best suite for her 38th birthday, wanting her to feel like royalty. But when she walked in, wearing a worn sweater and sneakers, the front desk clerk, Tyler, scoffed, "Ma'am, this can't be right. We cater to a certain clientele." Jenna, another staffer, laughed. "There's a Days Inn nearby." A small crowd in the lobby, guests, bellhops, snickered, as Lauren, watching from her office, egged them on via earpiece. "Make sure she knows she's out of her league." Grace, red-faced, fled to a diner and texted me. Her words were raw. I felt so small, Ethan. Lauren was there, laughing. I was in my Soho office, mid-pitch to investors, when her message landed. Grace rarely let anything shake her. But this broke something. I remembered Lauren from Grace's college stories, a mean girl type. She mocked Grace's clothes, her scholarship status, her poor kid roots. She once spread a rumor that Grace cheated on exams, nearly costing her degree. Now, as the Meridian's deputy COO, she'd turned that old grudge into a public shaming. I dug deeper. The hotel was owned by Sterling Hospitality, run by Victor Sterling, a hedge fund jerk who tried to smear Nexus Tech during my IPO. Lauren and Victor, cut from the same cloth. Snobs who thought money equaled worth. They were about to learn otherwise. I worked fast. My finance team snapped up 40% of Sterling's stock through proxy buys. Cost, $900 million. Value, worth it. A PI friend pulled lobby footage, Lauren's smug orders and the staff's cruelty, all caught in 4K. My PR crew set up a guest experience summit at the Meridian. We invited media, influencers, and Sterling's board. Victor, clueless, agreed to speak. I told Grace to return to the hotel for a birthday surprise. "Are you sure?" she asked, voice wobbly. "Positive," I said, jaw tight. The summit filled the Meridian's ballroom. Sleek suits, clinking glasses, soft lights. Grace arrived in a navy dress I'd sent. Simple, elegant. Her eyes scanned the room nervously. I led her to a front table and whispered, "You're the star tonight." On stage, I grabbed the mic, voice steady. "Welcome. Tonight's about what the Grand Meridian stands for. Let's start with the truth." The screens lit up. Tyler's sneer, Jenna's jab, Lauren's voice. "Humiliate her. She's trash." Grace gasped, gripping my hand. The crowd shifted, uneasy. This is my wife, Grace Caldwell, I said, pulling her up. She's a teacher, a nonprofit warrior, and my everything. 3 days ago, your staff and your deputy COO, Lauren Baxter, mocked her for her clothes, her vibe, her existence. Whispers grew. Lauren, near the stage, went pale. Her tablet slipped. That wasn't a mistake, I said. It was policy, set by Lauren, fueled by a grudge from college. Screens changed again. Old texts from Lauren to a classmate, gloating about sabotaging Grace's reputation. The room buzzed. I'm Ethan Caldwell, I continued, and I now own 40% of Sterling Hospitality. Gasps erupted. Victor stood, face red. Security waved him down. Lauren, Tyler, Jenna, you're fired. For cause. HR reps handed them termination papers. Flashes popped. Lauren stammered, You can't. Security escorted her out, her heels clicking frantically. Victor, I added, your board's watching. Fix this culture, or I'll push you out. Screens flashed my stock filings. Undeniable. I turned to Grace, her eyes wide. For your birthday, I said, handing her a folder, you're the Meridian's new inclusion consultant. You'll train staff, rebuild this place to welcome everyone. Her lips trembled. I'm in, she whispered. The crowd clapped. Some cheered. Shock turned to awe. I leaned in and said, They don't get to hurt you. Ever. Grace dove into the role. Fired biased staff. Hired locals. Opened the lobby for community events. The Meridian socials blew up with praise. Bookings climbed. Her nonprofit now runs mentorships there. Kids beaming in spaces once gated. Lauren's career tanked. Her network dried up after the scandal hit X. Her elitist meltdown became a meme. Victor's board sidelined him. Now, he's pitching timeshares. That night, in our suite, Grace curled up next to me, contract still in her lap. You went nuclear, she said, half laughing. I shrugged. They crossed you. That's my line. She kissed me, and the world felt right. Lauren thought Grace was nothing. I made sure she, and everyone, saw the queen she'd always been.